Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. We're going to do a little bit different today. Normally, this would be the time that we're reading for the weekend, and we will read for the weekend, May 28th, 29th, and 30th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but then we will continue the reading for the rest of Gemini season for your sign. Okay? Okay. Now, I've used all my decks. Now, I have used and these are the Radley Valentine decks. I'll pull 3 from my Angel Tarot cards. I'll pull 1, and then I come back and pull 3 from my Archangel Power Tarot cards. I will pull 1 from my Guardian Angel Tarot cards. Those were all Radley Valentine decks. Now, I will pull 3 from my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. This is a little bit more for clarification. My Osha Zen Tarot cards for any words of advice. I do pull 1 from my Waite Rider Traditional Tarot, and of course I finish with pulling 1 from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, these are general readings. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to my higher power, and, whatever comes through, comes through. Try not to do too much of my own interpretation. Now, a couple of things is, again, thank you so much for your well wishes. I've really not been on the computer. I know that for that little bit, I did put out a video a couple of days ago, but, I haven't been, I've been on my phone and I've been reading your comments. Thank you so much for your well wishes. I'm still recuperating. I would say I'm about 93.5%. Okay? So if you hear me sniffling a little bit, or if you hear me, I do apologize, but I'm almost there. So thank you again for all your well wishes. I do really want to encourage people to go back and look at the Gemini overview, because there is a lot of stuff going on now that that's really talked about. And as the days are going by, I'm telling my husband, well, that's because of Saturn. That's because of, all of these retrogrades. That's because of this. So there's a lot of things going on in the world that I can almost, I can kind of go back and say, wow, things are happening. We do have the full moon. We do have these retrogrades. We have Venus and Mercury out of bounds. There's the Palladians. There's ascensions and transitions. So much is happening. So please take a look at that. Okay? Okay. And I do refer, because I've done the readings already, I do refer back to that in some of my language. So let's get started on our readings. And thank you so much for all your support. I love you all. Bye-bye. Hello, my Capricorns. How are you, my dear Cappies? Welcome to Gemini season. Well, let's see. We're going to start out with the weekend, and then we're going to carry it to the rest of Gemini season. Let's see what we have going on. And I do hope that you watched that the beginning, the Gemini overview. There's a lot to absorb there. There's a lot of things going on, especially these, I would say these next 2 to 3 weeks. Anyway, here we go. 3 cards, face down, reversed, strong stuff. Here we go. First card is the Page of Fire. You're starting a new adventure. You're starting something new that's really kind of exciting, or you're looking to start something new. I kind of feel a very entrepreneurial vibe with this. So maybe you're getting into your own business. Maybe you're becoming a consultant. Maybe you are actually going in and helping somebody else's business, because I kind of feel this, this helping somebody else's, but at the same time, it's something that excites you, and it could create something new for you also. Okay. Now, Page's underlying energy is Earth, so that's your energy. So that has that solid, tangible energy. Fire energy is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, passionate, burning, determined. Pages are very enthusiastic. Pages will jump in and start doing anything. So you may actually come across this just by, you might be at a restaurant and it's somebody that it's somebody's restaurant. And I'm not saying, and then all of a sudden people are getting backed up and you start to and I'm using this as an example, you start to clear tables. You know what I mean? You just jump in and you just start helping people, because that's what Capricorns do. You just jump in and you just start helping. And then after a while, and I'm not saying that this is going to be in the, in the restaurant business, but it could be. It could be something like this. But you just start jumping in and you just start helping. This is what that Page of Fire is all about. Just kind of jump in and, you know what, and not really expect anything from it. And because you keep putting that type of energy out, my Capricorns, things start to come back. This is about, again, Gemini overview, and I'm feeling kind of tingly for you. This is about karma returning, okay? This is, and karma bringing back what is owed. So, the Page of Fire, outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. There's a lot of giving with this, and you just go in and you just say, you know what? And if somebody comes and gives you, like they say, you worked a couple hours and they come back and they give you $50, $100, you're like, I wasn't doing it for that. No, but we appreciate it. And it's kind of this, making friends, making influences, creating influencers type of thing. It's like it's making contacts, and somebody remembers you because of this. Okay, anyway, next card, Ace of Water. So one, new start, new beginning. Water is our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fluid, emotional. There is a new relationship type of energy here. There is a new beginning relationship. It could be putting you on a new path. So this is kind of all goes along, but it's because you jumped in. You jumped in and just, and you weren't looking to see if this was the deep end or not. You just jumped in and you just started to help people. And because of that, I feel like something could be coming to it. It could put you on a new path. Now, is that a path in your career? It could be a new career path, but it's something that's deeper than that. It's, because again, there's a lot of this karma stuff going on right now, and this transition and this ascension energy, so much. It's like pulling you to a higher level. Anyway. Falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth, and enhanced intuition. A new home. Next card. The Eight of Water. Now, this is you wanting to move on. So eights are unlimited opportunities. So it's kind of putting yourself at the right place at the right time with the right people. And eights is just kind of pushing you forward. So this weekend could be a weekend that pushes you forward, makes you jump in the deep end, makes things that you weren't even expecting start to happen. Anyway, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. Let's go on and see now one card. So the weekend starts really good for you. The weekend actually has a lot of opportunity for you. And it's not that you even do it for the opportunity. You do it because you're Capricorn and you're like, I just thought I would go ahead and do it. I was just having fun. They needed help, so I'm going to go help them. What's the big deal? No, it's and that's the thing. That's the thing about you, my Cappies. Anyway, next card. Divine guidance. So we have the 5. 5 has some change energy, positive, negative, neutral, doesn't matter. 5 also has a divine grace. Again, so divine guidance is obviously divine guidance. So, this is kind of where you make a connection and you go, hey, what do you want me to do? And, you kind of get the message. Jump in. Just jump in. Anyway, Archangel Sandalphon, believed to have been Elijah the prophet. Anyway. The search for meaning in life. So that goes along with this 8 of Water. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. A lot of this is, again, and this could take you down such a different path than you've even been prepared for. But it's all because you just jumped in. People underestimate my Capricorns. They don't see that. They don't always see that kind heart that you try to shield, because you become very vulnerable for them. To them, I should say, not for them, to them. Anyway, you don't want to be vulnerable. So, oh, okay. Interesting the way the cards work. So let's go on and see how the rest of Gemini season's going to be. But that's I love that for a weekend. I love that. I could just see you doing that too. Okay, first card. A 3. So 3, power of 3, Trinity, source's favorite number, so I've heard. Recognition and reward. It's kind of like you didn't go in there for the recognition, but you are recognized and you are rewarded. So something this weekend I'm kind of getting like a landslide. It could trigger, maybe dominoes, but I kind of get the landslide. It can trigger, it's like a chain reaction that's going to trigger and pull you, and it's going to push you into that place that maybe you need to be. Okay, I do feel like the 8 of water, maybe you've been a little complacent where you're already at. It's just like, okay, I can do this at any time. And then because you do this and it's so different, it's kind of fun. But again, it's kind of this being at the right place at the right time with the right people. So next card. So now we have a 3 and a 9. So maybe we have some 3 energy here. You get paid for it. You get paid for it. Not only are you in a place where you're kind of having some fun, and it could even be a side job. It could be that, maybe on the weekends you're going over to your favorite, your favorite dive bar or something, and you're taking orders. It could be a side job, but it's something that's it's having people see you. You're being seen. It's and you're having conversation and you're talking. And I do feel like it's something that's going to, again, it's like a landslide. It's like it's just going to push you forward. 9s have a wrap up. 9s have a wrap up energy. Next card, 7. Okay. So we had divine guidance. That's a 5. 7 is a divine number. It's divine umbrella. It is kind of like you do your work and, then let the divine do their work, his work, her work, however, whatever, whoever you think that is to you. But this is crown chakras, and the chakras have been coming out a lot for a lot of this Gemini season. Chakras, the main chakras are 7 main chakras. We have our root or base, sacral, solar plexus, heart. Those are more of our natural chakras. Then we have our heart, throat, third eye, and then our crown. That becomes more of our supernatural chakra. Well, the crown chakra is that connection, is that spiritual and soul connection with your divine, with your higher power, with the source, whoever that is to you. That is that, you put out, you receive, you put out. That is that communication between the two of you. So a lot of this is, again, but then you have that 7, which is that divine umbrella. So a lot of this is you're put in the place, there's a divine reason that you're being put at that place so that you can clear tables. And I'm not saying that, I'm using that as an example, but it's like you're put at the right place, the right time, the right people. Anyway, let's go on and see. I'm losing my voice, I'm sorry. So let's go on and see what we have here with my Osha Zen Tarot. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. We have a 3 again, so there's another 3. So we have a 3 and a 9, so there might be some 3 energies there. Experiencing. This is quite lovely. This is being in the moment. It's not necessarily thinking about, oh, if I do this, this is going to happen. It's not thinking about cause and effect. It's not thinking about what if this is going, what's going to happen down the road? What's going to happen if I do this? It is just being in that moment. It might be doing the right thing at the right time again at that moment. Next card. Stress. So we have that 7 again, but then we have, okay, so there's some changes that need to be happening in your life, my Capricorns, and this may be something that helps to make that as a change. Now, the thing is, you want to make sure that whatever you do take on your plate is not going to make this such a stressful, so stressful that you can't enjoy your life. You can't be in the moment, okay? But I kind of feel like whatever this is this weekend, it takes you outside of that. It takes you outside of that. And there's something that could actually develop, Anyway, next card. Conditioning. Oh, this is always an interesting card for me because this is 15. So we got that 5 energies again, 5, Conditioning, this is kind of being told what you're supposed to be doing and who you're supposed to be. This is, to me, the lion is, was raised with the sheep, and told you are a sheep, and the lion's like, I think I know something's wrong. I know that there, maybe I'm not being told the truth here. Or maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. No, you're a lion. You're not supposed to be among the sheep. Okay? So there's some interesting messages here for you, my Capricorn. So what's creating the stress? What have you been conditioned to believe? What, there's some things that you yourself are going to have to go through and maybe look at that a little bit differently or look at that a little deeper. Okay? So let's go on now. We're going to go pull 3 of these. So I love yours. I do love yours because there's some excitement there. There's some change. There's some, just like I said, and I keep getting the 3 R's. 3 R's. So, and it's not reading, writing, and arithmetic. Here we go. Which I know aren't 3 R's, but anyway, first card is the 5 of Raphael. So we have that water energy. 5s again, change. Things happen because they need to happen. This, especially during this time, especially during this karmic time, things happen because they need to happen. Anyway, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. Next card. Decision. You got a lot of this 5 stuff coming up now. I know that we had the 3s and the 9s, but 5s, 15, decision, Archangel Jophiel. So what are you going to do with this opportunity? What are you going to do with the opportunity? Now, I know you have to still pay bills. You have to still live life, so it's not like, well, I can go and, but maybe it's time for you to leave something and go towards something. Maybe it's time to add a little bit of something, because there's a lot of this, like this 8 of water, and there was something else. It's kind of like saying, nah, I'm kind of not satisfied with where I'm at. Now, not being satisfied with where you're at does not mean that everything has to change. I mean, that you have to let everything go in order for you to make some changes, okay? Maybe it's about making some changes so that you can be a little happier where you're at. Anyway, decision, Archangel Jophiel. Release yourself from that which holds you back, a need to detoxify, unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. Last card with this one, 2 of Gabriel. 2 of Gabriel's been coming up a lot. 2 has some decision energy. Gabriel is fire energy. We've talked about this. So this is kind of a time. I think that this is why it's coming up in Gemini season. This is a time to be bold. This is a time to go after what you want. Or this is again, connect with your higher power, your divine guidance. So it's not always about going after what you want. We can never necessarily, we're not always, oh, this is going to make us happy. Well, it only made me happy for a couple of days. Then this is going to make me happy. You don't want to be jumping. You want to have some real insight to this. You really want to think where you need to go. But maybe there's been enough pullback, or maybe there's been enough where, maybe you have been so conditioned that you haven't really been thinking about, am I happy? Am I happy? But the 2 of Gabriel is all about boldness. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. Right place, right time, right people. So let's go on now. Let's see. Yes, this is it. I'm trying to think I have all these cards here, these decks. Let's go on. I love this deck. It seems to like capture everything we've talked about. Okay, reversed. The healer of abundance. Oh my gosh. Never doubt that you can make a difference. Your creativity and ability to be innovative makes you destined to succeed. I told you. It may be time to expand your career, but don't forget to leave time for family. This situation involves a person, possibly you, who's down to earth, well, that could be you, with a gift for design or decorating. He or she is open-minded and nurturing. That has a lot of you in it. I'm not sure that that's totally you, but again, I do like it might be time to expand your career. Wow. Wow. Anyway, what? Oh, did I? Nope, nope, nope. I didn't do this one. I'm so sorry. I should have done this one before I did that one. But let's see. Let's see. Traditional tarot. What we have here. Judgment. So this is reversed. We have a 20. 20 has, two. There's a 2. 2 and a 0. 0 is divine or source or universal energy. 2 is decision. Judgment. Now, judgment is not a card to be afraid of, but judgment has a lot to do with karma. Okay? I mean, it is karma. This is karma's coming. Karma's coming. So this is a time for karma. Okay? So I love this. I do love your reading. Now, we're going to do one last card now. And this is what crystal or energy would be useful or helpful for my Cappies. Here we go. Iolite. Oh, I like this. I don't have it. Is magical powers, feminine divine, work connections, inspiration. So, interesting stuff you've got here now, my Cappies. I do enjoy it. I love it. I do love that for you. It's, yeah, yep. And I do love the healer of abundance. Never doubt you can make a difference. So, my Capricorns, please remember to like, share, subscribe. It helps. More importantly, my Capricorns, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.